So if you're watching my video and you're thinking that I've already done this game before, it might be because this is actually the sequel to the retrotainment game Haunted Halloween 85. This is Haunted Halloween 86. In 2015 they came out with 85, and in 2016 they then released the sequel, Haunted Halloween 86, The Curse of Possum Hollow. And this game brings back Donnie and also another character by the name of Tammy. And the two of them, it's actually kind of a really nice feature, and I actually liked it a lot once I figured it out because, well, not always the greatest at games, but just like in the first game, you start turning into a zombie as you get hit. And as that's happening, when you get down to that last shade of green and one more hit and you're in trouble and you're gonna get hit, I realized you can switch from, if you're playing as Donnie to Tammy or as Tammy to Donnie, and you're kind of like getting a second life almost. And that way you can just keep on going and hopefully make it through it, because it is pretty tough. And the nice thing is, though, as you're doing boards and you clear them prior to even getting to a boss, it is kind of like a checkpoint. If you pass the first board, make it to the next one, and you die, you stay at that next one. But one of the other nice things was, too, is you had your candy corn, which gave you 1 health back, your candy bar that gave you full health back, and then your soda that gave you an extra life in Haunted Halloween 85. In Haunted Halloween 86, they actually have a pumpkin. And when I first came across the pumpkin, I almost didn't want to go to it because that's normally an enemy. But it looked different, so I went after it. And what that does is it gives you full health back on both your characters, which is really nice. I did tend to sometimes get down to, I played at Tammy a lot because I did like her special move of the flip kick. And as I would be going, I realized that I'm hurting real bad. So I would actually flip over to Donnie, and then, of course, I'd get a candy bar right after that. So you kind of get used to it and figure out what's the best way to play that. Just like in Haunted Halloween 85, Haunted Halloween 86 has its fair share of great enemies. Actually, even more. You still have the zombie types. So you have the adult zombie. An infected can only be killed by removing the head, which that's actually a nice feature because then you can pick up the head and throw it. Substance beasts, animated elemental made of strange goop, beware. Those are actually harder to kill, especially the red lava ones, or molten metal. Kid zombie, an infected kid, beat them up till they die again. Skeleton ghost, a hideous swirling skin, and bone specter. That thing is really hard to get. It's spinning around in the air, and when you hit it, it kind of gets discombobulated, but then it starts going again. Dead trail ants, mutant ants that can be stunned but not defeated. You can hit those, flip them over, throw them, but yeah, they are a pain. I just found that jumping is my best friend, just like in Haunted Halloween 85. Poison pumpkin, venomous gourd, mostly impervious to all attacks. Bonefish, a fish skeleton that desperately wants your blood. Once again, jumping will be your best friend in the water boards. They actually were some of my favorite boards, but they were really tough. Killer crows are back. A dive-bombing menace from the skies. I did tend to, since it only takes 1 hit to kill them, I did kind of get a rhythm down of killing them. Getting them out of the way makes life so much easier. Grabbers, terrible beasts lurk behind the walls. Be wary of their grasp. Those weren't too bad because I jump a lot. I kind of missed those, but they are there. Hellheads, swooping demon heads out to chomp on your face. I cannot read today, but those things, you can get a rhythm and you kind of hit them with 1 shot. Well, I was doing uppercuts, so maybe they're harder than 1 shot, or the flip kicks with Tammy, which I find she's better for those. But they, when you're on top of the train, they are coming at you at times. A rated rat, reanimated vermin patrolling the depths of Possum Hollow. Those are kind of like the dead trail ants where they're just kind of annoying. Avoiding them are great. Creepy claw. It's a creepy claw. What more could we possibly say? Kind of reminded me of the Venus flytraps that come out of the pipes in Mario Brothers. Always at the most inconvenient time would that come up while I'm jumping. And then bone shredders. These fiends will rip themselves apart just to watch you suffer. They constantly are throwing their bones at you. I found that when they came out, if I jumped over them and then turned around and attacked them real quick, if I could time that right, it wasn't so bad. Otherwise, they were constantly hitting me. They were tough. The enemies in here were well done. They made the game really, really good. And I just can't believe how much they could pack in this game. Because this is a Nintendo game. You can get this game on Steam, let's see, Xbox One. And as you can see in the picture, I have it on the cartridge. I did do the game footage on the Xbox One just because it's easier to capture footage on there. But the cartridge, it's amazing to plug something like this into a system that's so old, and this game is new, and it's just what could have been with some more games, especially with Nintendo licensing being so picky and stuff, to keep things happening like they did in the Crash days. But yeah, this was a really good game. This is a phenomenal sequel. I really thought the team at Retrotainment Games did a great job with the controls. I mean, obviously you have your D-pad for going around, but then you could swap characters with what they call the tag team technology using select, and then start, of course, pauses the game. But the A button, of course, has your tap for a short jump, hold for a long jump or higher jump, and then your standard attack. But one of the nice things is you have different things you can do, like for crouching, just hold down the D-pad, stuff like that. But the throw, after hoisting an item, press B again, you can throw it, and I like that with the zombie heads. But one of the things that they did that was kind of an upgrade from the previous game was the special abilities. As you're playing the game, you can actually earn special abilities, like the forward dash, the down, forward, plus B. I didn't even actually realize I earned it. That was a nice surprise having that. I'm really glad that happened. Also, the attack while in the air, like when you jump into the air and then you press attack down, that was great for like the ants and the rats and stuff like that. Those things are so annoying. So it was nice to kind of have a down attack like that. But that was a really nice touch in there also. And then, like I mentioned earlier, the candy corn restores 1 hit point. Candy bar fully restores health. Cerium soda gives you an extra life. Pumpkin pail fully restores the health of both characters. Overall, I really like this game. I know I claimed Haunted Halloween 85 was probably in my top 5 all-time Nintendo games, and I believe that's still true. And I would say the same for Haunted Halloween 86. I just don't know how you would not actually like this game if you liked 85. It's kind of the same game, but they've given you so many more features and things you can do, and just the short cutscenes and everything in between are great, especially where, like when you go in the building for the first time and you get knocked into the cavern. I thought that was a really nice touch, and I just liked all of that. Normally, you don't get to play games like this anymore, and it's great that a company's still doing this. I don't think developers like this get enough credit. I do really, really wish that you would share my video. For obvious reasons, I could use the help on the channel and hit that like button, but also just give the developers credit for it. And if you do, use their hashtag of 8BitLegit. It looks like that's what they tag on all their items, and let people know that these games exist. They're actually coming out with another game called Full Quiet, which I actually did talk about a bit in the Haunted Halloween 85, and that looks like they just packed more in it. I mean, I just can't believe they're packing this stuff in, because these games, even though they are releasing them on Steam and you have so much more, in today's world you can do so much more, these games are actually coming out on Nintendo cartridges also. So the limitations in there haven't really gone away. They're just learning better ways to work around them. And it's just really fantastic watching to see what they have done. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks.